All right, solo episode today, kids. I wanted to put out content for a while now, and me and the boys had a conversation last Saturday, which was fire, by the way, but we lost all the footage. So, to those of you who sent the Would You Rather questions, they're not going to be delivered or answered because the thing about Frontin Radio is that we keep it a real, natural conversation. Like, sometimes I don't even tell the boys when I hit the record button. I just hit it and then just facilitate the conversation. We talked about a lot. Like, we went in, but let's see what else. So we lost the content for that. Apologies for episode 1 and 2. Episode 1, I said some shit about special kids or stupid kids. I don't know the difference. And then episode 2, we were talking about the South. Well, making fun of the South. All right. First off, I want you guys to know that anything on this podcast should be taken within the context of a joke. Like, we don't fact check anything. We've never been to the South to notice firsthand the sister and cousin fucking going on over there. But the jokes and stereotypes exist, and they are hilarious. So I might as well just, tell you what's going on in terms of this apology that I'm saying, which isn't necessarily real. I'm just trying to cover my bases before anyone does get offended. But I did say, hey guys, let's not invalidate the South, or something along the lines of that. And the mic didn't pick it up. Basically, I'm just apologizing for the mic not picking up the shit that was supposed to cover my ass. Yeah, that's a genuine as apology gets around here. Written and performed by Moises Alvarez. All right. Can I talk about people who bitch about cultural appropriation, especially if they have no actual culture? And yes, I'm talking about white people. Let's be real with you guys. We have people who are unseasoned telling us to do things a certain way or whatever the fuck. You guys remember the movie Coco? Alright? Little Mexican kid who whatever the fuck. The point is, we finally got some representation and you guys wanted to shit on it. Alright? Are you even offended on behalf of? Like, do you have a Mexican husband? Or even then, can you recognize that everyone in Mexico loved the movie Coco? Like, if everyone has a shared enthusiasm for this, can you shut the fuck up? Like, I remember some Twitter thread about some lady talking about, oh, this movie is culturally appropriating Mexican culture. And I'm just like, bitch, look at your skin. Look at your goddamn skin. You have no chips in this goddamn game, bitch. Like, granted, if you were, like, if your lineage had a little bit of flavor, like, if you were Italian, I'm like, all right, you got a little pasta in you. If you got Irish, you know what I mean? All right, your family probably owns a pub and they know how to drink or whatever. You got some sort of culture, right? Like, I was going to say, like, kind of like when a person, I was going to say, how do I touch on this subject? Because I'm basically saying that people who have no actual culture, regardless, how do I say this? White people without culture, all right, that's the biggest context here. Without culture, all right, unseasoned chicken, mind you, all right, telling us how to not appropriate or whatever the fuck a certain culture. Can you shut up? Can you shut the fuck up? I know I'm rambling over and over again, but do you understand the fact that you have no stake in this? You understand that? Like, fuck. All right, I'm done. I'm done going off on white women with no flavor, talking about fucking, I don't know, man. Just the point is, we love that movie. We love that movie, Coco. Don't take it away from us. Shut the fuck up. Especially if you're not Mexican. How about that, huh? You wouldn't see me bitching about, I don't know, what's a white people thing? Like if a Mexican was cooking casserole, I wouldn't be like, hey, you're appropriating their shit. Like, no, you're cooking a shitty meal. That's all it is. I don't. All right, the analogies and the point I'm making are totally off. But, all right, so the goal with this podcast is that I want to do stand-up comedy. And with COVID going on, that's hard to do. I mean, I'm sure there's an open mic out there. I just haven't really found it. But when I do hit that first open mic, I want to start documenting my stand-up as a hobby and see where it takes me. Because what I noticed is that, like, comedians, they establish themselves, then they make their podcasts. And then as for podcasters who are hilarious but have never been on stage, probably don't know what it's like to cater to a crowd versus listeners. I want to be able to do both, but I'm also very aware that I'm an amateur. I just want to see how I progress, what I notice, what I observe. Hey, this club was ass. Hey, this crowd was ass. And then just, I mean, the basis of No Frontin is just a natural, funny-ass conversation, right? And just to be able to say whatever the fuck we want to say. I mean, granted, certain words we won't say, but the context is, we want to say whatever the fuck you goddamn please, as long as you guys know it's under the context of a joke. And I hope I don't come off as an edgelord, but I do feel like I understand the difference between real dark humor versus calling women cunts blatantly and passing that off as dark humor. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I really butchered the point I was making with cultural appropriation, but you guys get what I'm saying, right? Like, unseasoned chicken shouldn't tell enchiladas how to taste good. Okay, that's a really bad metaphor, but on to the next thing. I'm gonna get canceled before I even get famous, but that's the thing though. I'm not really afraid of it. I'm just more like aware of the meta of how, like, what's not allowed to be said. Like, any person who got offended at the cultural appropriation thing I just said, it's because the shoe fits you, bitch. There's no fucking denying it. Like, I just feel like people shouldn't be offended on something that doesn't really pertain to them. You know what I mean? Like, I have no right to talk about abortion shit when I have a cock. You know what I'm saying? Like, by the way, every woman should have a right to kill their baby, regardless of its age. I don't care if it's 21 years old. You regret the little fucker? Shoot him in the face. I don't care. You had him. I really do feel like that's a law. It should be a law. Hey, I had this fucker. I could take him out. All right? I had to bear through the fucking 9 months of pregnancy with this fucker. All you did was write down his name when I asked you if you could name him that. By the way, how do you pronounce Elon Musk's son's name? I'm just going to say A12. Because I don't know what that little symbol is next to it. But shout out to Elon Musk. I want to talk about how he's the world's richest man. And people are like, well, are you aware of his atrocities? Bro, that's why I like him. And if anything, you should hate on capitalism more than the player. You know what I'm saying? Like don't hate the player, hate the game type beat. Like, all right, for example, Jeff Bezos. I fucking hate the guy. Or more or less his level of greed. I'm pretty sure I might dislike him as a person regardless. But the point is, fuck Jeff Bezos, but I fuck with Amazon heavy. And you can't hate on the fact that he learned how to take advantage of the system. I feel like people who bitch about, like, eat the rich don't know how money works, because I don't. like if I knew how money worked, or if I was like really just, financially literate, I'd be calling the poor stupid too. But I know there's certain circumstances in which, hey, my environment wouldn't allow me to get a better education, and which I'm in the same boat. You know what I mean? I'm just letting you know that if you're gonna hate anything, hate the game, not the player. All right? That was the point I'm making. I suck at making points and analogies and metaphors, but I'll get better. Okay? Let's see what else. That's how you know it's a shitty podcast, and you're just like, what else? But come on, guys. I'm by myself. I'm only 3 episodes in. I'm trying. I'm bored. You know what I mean? I had this sentiment of wanting to do the podcast like 2 years ago. I've had the logo for 1.5. I finally started putting it together 1 year ago. 6 months ago, I finally put it into fruition. And now we're here. All right? And then maybe another 6 months until I finally hit my first open mic and then bomb on the crowd there. And then they're going to see how shitty this podcast is and check it out. Who knows, man? The point is, I just want to do it as a hobby. Meet funny motherfuckers. And, see what's going on, man. Let's see what else. Apologies for episode 1 and 2 are done. I think I'm just gonna apologize for every episode for the previous episode before I go off. So episode 4 will be to the white people that I offended. Might as well do it now. To those of you who fit the narrative of what I just said, I'm sorry you're offended? Nah, that doesn't even seem right. Sorry about what I said, but I can't take it back. I could apologize for offending you, but I can't take back what I said. How about that, huh? I don't know, man. I'm really bad at apologies if I don't mean them. You know what I mean? I need a publicist. But, alright, my most genuine sorry would probably be like, sorry? Sorry? Sorry. I am sorry. No, alright. Don't. Alright. If you tell me you're offended, what am I going to do with that information? I remember there's this dude I used to work with, and I said a joke, something along the lines of like Hitler and the Holocaust or whatever. It was a Holocaust joke. And then this guy, he goes, something about him being Jewish, and then he goes, I'm offended. And I just laughed, because what can I do with that information? I'm offended, like, okay, now what? Like, be offended, I don't care, like, I thought it was funny. Like, as long as you realize that it's within the context of a joke, why are you mad? Like, I don't remember the exact punchline, and yes, I'm aware that the situation and the historical event within itself is not funny. But that's not the way comedy works. You gotta make it funny. I forgot what the joke was. It was a great joke. It's just he would have been less pissed if he wasn't a Jew. Fuck. Yeah. Can I talk about anti-Semitism real quick? Alright? I'm not saying Hitler was right, but I've never been anti-Semitic until I met a Jew. Alright? How about that? Alright. I'm gonna Shane Gillis myself before I even fucking... Whatever. Whatever. It is what it is. No Frontin Radio. Uncle Moy will be back with another episode whenever the fuck I schedule something. There's no structure to this podcast yet. You notice how there's no intro music? In fact, there was not even an intro. Was there? I don't remember what I said earlier. But, alright. I think this concludes this episode.